Hello and welcome to one of many PremiumPress video tutorials. In this introductory video tutorial, I'm going to take you through some of the admin area options to help you get set up as quick as possible. Throughout this video tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate some of the basic setup options for your PremiumPress theme. We have a number of different, more advanced video tutorials on our website for you to follow up later should you need more information about any of the options available. To begin with, this video tutorial uses the AuctionPress theme, so you'll notice many references to the auction interface. However, the video tutorial is for the basic user interface of the PremiumPress framework, so regardless of what theme you're using, whether it be the auction theme, the shop theme, the directory theme, this video tutorial is the same for all of our PremiumPress themes. So let's get started setting up our new PremiumPress website. The first thing you'll notice, obviously, when you've installed the theme is the new menu options available on the left hand side, and I'll quickly explain what those are. From the WordPress dashboard, we can easily see we have a new option called Theme Options. On the left hand side we have Listing Manager, we have User Feedback, we have Theme Plugins, and last but not least we have Child Themes. And these are the 5 new menu options that have been activated once you've installed the PremiumPress theme. So basically, everything should be fairly self-explanatory. Obviously, the theme options relate to all of the options that are available for the themes. The listing manager is where you'll manage all of the listings, either added by yourself or the users. User feedback is where obviously the users leave their feedback for each other, and you can manage that in the admin also. And we have additional theme plugins, which can be activated and downloaded from the themes plugin page, and child themes as well, where you can see and download all of the latest child themes to activate your PremiumPress website. So what I'm going to do now is go through the theme options and number 1, which is the overview page. To help you create and set up your website as quick as possible, what we've done is created a checklist of the most important things you need to do when you first create and set up your website. So under the admin area overview tab, you can see here we've got setup checklist. And here you can see some of the key options and the key elements you'll need to make sure that you've done before your website is really suitable for going live. So what I recommend you do first, once you've installed your theme, is use this section here, navigate through each one of the links just by clicking on them, and that will take you to the corresponding page you need to do to get each of those set up. Okay, so in the last few minutes what I've done is gone through each one of these options, click the link which has taken me to the corresponding page, and set up that option so that it meets the needs for this specific task. So as you can see, all of the options are now green, which means our website is now ready to go live. So if I have a look at the website, as you can see all of the options are here. I can go ahead and start customizing now and tailoring the website to meet my personal needs. So the first thing I might want to do is look at the logo area and possibly change some design elements on the front page. So if we go back to the admin area, under the general setup tab, we can, and as you can see, one of the main theme options on the front page here is my logo. So I can simply click enter text, website, click save, give it a refresh, or I can obviously click and select an image from my desktop and use that as the logo instead. So that would be the basic concept of changing the logo. The menu options, again, you'd have already set them up, but they are, in case you've forgotten, under the Appearances tab, and that's Menus. So here is where you can set up your menu options. And the menu options here are the basic menu options provided by WordPress. If I wanted to go ahead and customize some of my homepage elements, I would do that under the Page Setup, Homepage, and on the left hand side I have a number of drop down options which are full of objects. And to set up the page, I simply find the object that I want. Say for example this four boxes here. I drag it over to the right hand side and save. I can then position the object anywhere I like just by dragging it up and down, dropping it, and then if I want to start customizing the contents, I use the spanners. I can click on text, or I can simply click on one of the images and edit the image and replace it with one I like. Once I'm happy with the information there, I can simply click Save Changes, go back to my website, give it a refresh. As you can see, these boxes and headlines are now here. So that all of the homepage objects are edited and modified in the same way. So I would simply click on the spanners to adjust any of the content. As you can see, the image and banners are there. Or if I don't want it, say I wanted to remove this image and banners, I can click on the cross and that will refresh and save my options, and when I refresh the page you can see the image and banners have gone. If I wanted to quickly go ahead and start adjusting some of the language options, for example some of the text on here, I could use the language setup tab. One of the useful tools in the language setup tab is this live admin editor, so I can turn that on, click save changes, refresh the website, and you'll notice next to any of the text options that can be changed, a small icon. If I click on the icon, a pop-up will appear, as you can see, and I can start changing. Once I save this text, that will be saved in my database, and this text will remain visible until I adjust it. If I'm going to be editing a lot of text on my website, for example if I'm going to be changing the entire website from one language to another, I suggest you use the language files. I would download the core language file, open it in something like Notepad, edit it, and then upload it again and then activate it. That way then you can constantly re-download and adjust the language file at any time. If you wanted to change the layout and design of your website, say for example you didn't really like this theme or you wanted something else, we have two real options here. You have the design setup, which helps you add your own customizations, your own CSS or design changes, either by simply selecting the menu option you want and choosing a new color for it. So you can change the backgrounds for red, for example. Click on save changes, give your website a refresh. As you can see now the head is red. Or we have the obviously use of child themes. Now we have a number of different child themes available for each of the different core themes that we have in PremiumPress. And then since we're using the child theme, with using the auction theme, we've got a number of auction child themes here. So we can simply click on view details. It'll give us a preview of the child theme. So this is what it looks like. And if we decided that we were happy with that and we wanted to use that on our website, we simply click on install. What that'll do is download the latest version of that child theme from our website and install it onto your website. So once it's downloaded and activated, you can activate the actual theme here. Click on. And as you can see, this child theme is now available under my Parents Themes tab for me to activate. So I can go ahead and click activate. And if I refresh the page I have, as you can see now, this is the child theme that I've just downloaded. Obviously the header etc is still red from there, so I can go ahead and remove that I've changed here. So there we go. One thing you'll notice with WordPress is that when you activate new child themes or core themes, it activates a new menu set options. So you can go to appearances, menus, and you might have to reselect the menu options there. So as you can see now the menu is back. So that's a very quick way of using child themes to quickly customize your website. You can simply activate the child theme that you want. Now if I wanted for example to set up the listing options, I can obviously do that under the listing manager. I've got custom fields, listing packages, etc. And we have more in-depth video tutorials for each one of those on our main website as well. One thing we do have, it may be interesting, is the payment setup options. By default, obviously we have PayPal built in, but if you wanted to install one of our many additional free payment plugins that we've got, you can simply find the payment gateway you want. Say for example the Stripe one, click on install, scroll to the bottom, click on install now, and again just like the child themes, it will download the latest copy of this plugin from our website and add it onto your website. So in this case, since we're using a payment plugin, we click on activate the plugin. Okay, that's active, and we go back to our payments setup, and as you can see now we have this new Stripe payment gateway options available. So we can simply enable this and go through the settings. So obviously this is a very rushed video tutorial to kind of give you an overview of some of the setup options for customizing the layout and design of your website. Obviously there are many additional tabs here. You can go into the general setup, set up additional registration fields, advanced search. With your page setup, we've got obviously multiple home page options here we can go through. Hovering over each one will give you a preview of what it may look like. we have content options, so you can adjust the actual content on your listing page, fallback pages, search pages, etc., etc. So what I would recommend you do is spend some time and go through each one of the options and become more familiar with how it works. And if at any time you decide, you've had too much or you've break some elements of it, do not worry, we have a reset tool, and this is a very handy tool. Under the toolbox, we have this option called System Reset. And what this will do is will reset all of the objects back to the default factory settings. So just as if you've just installed it, it will delete everything you've got on your website and re-put in all of the factory options. So use this option lightly. Obviously, if you have existing content on your website that you don't want to be deleted, then don't use this reset tool. But if you're just playing around and just trying to get used to some of the options, this is a very useful tool.